We didn't even talk about what we're going to talk about.
You sent me some ideas.
I did.
I didn't officially veto, but...
You're like, no, we're not doing any of that.
Well, I told you that I was boycotting the Olympics.
Yes, wait. So why are you boycotting the Olympics?
Because China is like basically putting Uyghurs in like concentration camps.
They're putting
now.
who where?
The Uyghur, like they're like a Muslim group of people that are from, I think, like Western China.
What are they called?
Uyghurs?
Uyghurs.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of Uyghurs.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So they basically are like stealing these people away in the dead of night and like putting them into work camps and like reprogramming them to be more like mainstream Chinese folks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like speak our language and do our shit and like.
So should we just boycott every Olympics because of the country that's hosting them?
I mean, the Olympics shouldn't have, like, the committee shouldn't have been like, yeah, let's go to Beijing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that that's wrong. I don't think that it's wrong. I don't blame the athletes for, I'm taking my socks off. I'm sorry.
Take your socks off.
Hot.
Yeah, take your socks off.
I don't blame them at all. Like, they've been working their whole lives for this. Like,
the athletes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So, like, I would never expect, I'm very quiet now.
Yeah, I think, because we're echoing a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would never expect.
We're still echoing a lot.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I can't hear myself very much at all, and I don't.
Can you hear yourself now?
La la la. Yeah.
Too much? Enough?
Yeah.
Good.
But so this whole like ethnic minority thing, like they're just basically trying to cleanse themselves of the Uyghurs because.
So it's like a Holocaust.
Basically.
Creepy,
yeah.
weird.
But they're instead of like. I don't know if it's like officially a genocide. I think they're mostly just trying to like ethnically cleanse from like using reprogramming essentially.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
Yeah. And like people that like here in the States that left family behind and stuff like can't be in contact with their family back home and stuff. It's messed up.
That kind of it sounds like conversion therapy. Like
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what they do to gays.
Exactly.
In the churches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there are all sorts of other places where stuff like that happens.
And you know how I feel about them. So.
I do have to speak up against, I hate to say it, the LGBT community.
I meant the churches.
Oh. There's some
What do you think I was gonna say?
Like, I hate the gays.
Oh my God.
There's a little meme going around where a lady says that and she's like, I do have to speak out against, and I hate to say it, the LGBT community. That's you right now.
Oh my God.
Wait, so should I not be watching the Olympics?
I mean, there's plenty of people that are saying like, I'm not going to watch it because like China's fucking crazy right now.
And you're getting your results from like NPR?
Yeah.
Or you're not even really paying attention though?
Well, I mean, so it's really hard to listen to the Olympics. So I hear about it after the fact.
They were actually talking last night was the men's free skate individual event.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how good it sounds to hear like a blade hit the ice after like a triple toe loop. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I know, I love that sound. Once every 4 years, I'm obsessed with that sound too.
Oh
and I feel like I know everything about ice skating. It's like, no,
I mean,
I don't pay attention.
That,
we're going to be like, I wasn't asking your permission.
Thank you.
I'm going to veto you. I'm going to put you in a concentration camp. I'm going to reprogram you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit you down in front of like all of my favorite skating programs with your eyes open. And you're just like crying unstop, like, but you can't blink. And it's just going to be like Oksana Bayul and like Surya Bonali doing illegal backflips.
I can't wait.
Oh my God, I can't wait for you. See, and I'll be like watching with like glee, like, yay. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Kenneth Frankly. I'm your host, Kenneth Frank, and I can't believe this is all happening while Lauren's gone. She has no clue. And I'm joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host, Rory. Hi, Rory. Do you know what that reference is?
Who's Lauren?
Lauren Conrad, aka LC.
Yeah.
It's like an iconic scene from Laguna Beach.
Oh.
There's so much drama going on.
Oh my gosh.
I've been thinking about
Where
Laguna.
have I been?
I've been thinking about Laguna
For
Beach
the past 12 years.
Right. When did that show end? Didn't it come back and then get canceled? And I think the only people that were still involved were like
The Hills what started, which was like the
Oh, right.
10 years later thing.
Maybe that quote was from The Hills, actually. I watched it all at the time, but it was such Florn filth.
Well, because
I don't remember anything.
Elsie did not. It was Elsie.
Elsie.
Lauren
Conrad.
In The Hills, I don't believe.
No, The Hills was her spinoff. It's like when she goes to get like a fashion job. Like, so Laguna Beach was all those girls in high school. It was her and Kristen Cavallari.
You're right.
And Lolo, the other Lauren, who couldn't be named Lauren because there already was a Lauren.
Yeah, well.
And
can only be one.
And Steven, the like love triangle Steven.
Oh my God.
And then The Hills was, I think Kristen was not on The Hills. I think LC was on The Hills.
Yeah.
But I still don't remember fuck all what happened. It was just a bunch of like rich kids hanging out and being like, eh.
Right.
And like they passed it off at the time to us as high school kids as like, oh, this is all real. It's like documentary. But it was obviously so stylized that like no one ever considered it like real. Yeah. And then the very last scene of the show, they like break the fourth wall and they're like, that's a cut, that's a wrap. And it's like, ugh, obviously, like you think you guys are so clever. And then it all came back. But I don't know if Laguna Beach, maybe it was The Hills that came back and not Laguna Beach that came back.
Yeah,
because The Hills was Heidi and Spencer.
Yeah.
Heidi Montag and Spencer, I forget his name.
What's going on with her? Is she okay?
I think she's okay. Remember when she got so much work done? She was
like a double E or something like that.
Her mom came on the show and was like
Heidi.
crying because she was like, I don't even recognize you.
Yeah.
Like
ended up
she got
like
everything
Skeletor.
done because she did her nose, her brow, her jaw, her cheeks, her blah, blah, blah. She did everything. But then
she wasn't an ugly girl.
No, she wasn't an ugly girl, but she clearly had some
problems. Yeah.
But she and Spidey are still together. No, they are Spidey. Heidi Montag and Spencer.
Right.
Heidi. I don't know his last name. They're very crunchy crystally, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like a Twitter troll.
Oh my God, of course he is.
But like Lauren Conrad, I think, is trying to be like a little like influencer, but like old school influencer. Is somewhere in between.
Doesn't she still have like a Kohl's line?
Probably, yeah. She's somewhere in between like the new kids that are like on TikTok and influencing, like, but I can't even name one of those kids. I think she's probably closer to like a Gwyneth Paltrow. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like your fame makes you inherently relatable, as opposed to you creating content that makes you. Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow just had her house on Architectural Digest magazine.
I thought you were going to say her house on fire.
That'd be nice for her.
I know, right?
No, that'd be nice for me.
Yeah.
She's kind of creepy to me.
There was like something where she was talking about like I start every day with pH alkaline water with a spritz of lemon. And it's like, do you understand how acids and bases work?
Yeah.
Like, you just neutralize that alkaline water.
No, what an idiot.
Whatever you want.
Have you ever had alkaline water?
Yeah.
It's gross. It makes you poop though a lot.
Isn't it just like
it makes you poop? No, it made me poop. I mean. The only time
Don't tell me what makes me poop.
That's what that started in California, right? Alkaline water.
Everything starts in California.
I think that's the water I'm thinking about. When I went to visit Crystal in San Diego, everything there was like alkaline water.
Really?
But you couldn't drink too much of it because it literally goes like right to the bottom of you.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. So maybe Gwyneth's onto something.
Maybe.
I like a little lemon water in the morning.
Sure, but like
doesn't change anything about my body.
No, it does not.
I'm still a disgusting beast. Like, there's no saving this. I've reached the point where I'm like, I've given up. This is just my genes are literally like, you are 37 years old, you're getting puffy, you're getting slow, and pimply again for the first time in a long time.
It's like youth is revisiting you in all the wrong ways.
I think it's like I'm reminded of like how much I wish I was young and like how much fun those days were, but then I think the pimples are thrown in to be like, it wasn't all fun.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But this body, ma'am, I'm looking like,
I know, I just feel old.
Like a cat that just had a baby, or like a waterbed. You know what I mean? Sloshy, magashi, Oshkosh maslosh. It's pretty gross.
Oh my gosh.
But I think about like stuff like that comes up where I'm thinking about like Laguna Beach or like things that were so relevant to me so long ago that now I'm like, I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything.
Things that I was like so obsessed with.
No, the only things I remember about it are the things that they've like made into memes now, where it's like, I want to forgive you, and I want to forget you.
And I want to forget you. Yeah.
But the only way I know that is that somebody took that clip and put it
on like brought it up
on an Instagram post. Yeah. Which, by the way, I am so close to fucking deleting.
Yeah.
It's ruining my life.
Well, we were talking last episode about like TikTok versus Instagram versus all that stuff.
So I didn't realize, apparently my phone, which is supposed to be set to automatic updates to apps and stuff, like when there is an update, it's supposed to update, right? Mm-hmm. So it hadn't been doing that, I guess. And I was having issues with when I was viewing stories. They were like running off the screen. And I'm like, I can't read this. What the hell's going on? And my husband's like, why don't you update your fucking app?
Oh, yeah, you told me that. Yeah,
and I was like, why don't you go fucking update your app? And then I did. I was like, oh, it worked. And
now there's Reels.
Now it looks just like TikTok. And I'm like, well, fuck. There's a reason why I'm not on TikTok, because I don't understand it.
No, TikTok is the best.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand. What are those kids doing?
What are those kids doing? And it's just never ending reels that I get sucked into. And apparently I need to like quit my job and start a Fimo bead jewelry business.
What's Fimo bead jewelry?
This like polymer clay thing. It is all over my feed. Like,
oh wait, I haven't tried your soap yet.
Have you? You haven't?
No, it's still in the pantry. I forgot. You texted me while I was at work and I forgot to take it out.
You whore.
I know. Oh. I'm excited to try it.
Try it.
I will. It's in my little dark, cool place right now still. Because they're telling you all of this, Rory, because...
In your what?
My dark, cool place. No, it's like it's pretty steamy in there actually. It's like a sauna. It's like Gwyneth Paltrow's spa.
Hold on, I gotta show you these stupid goddamn videos that I get. Like,
see, yeah. So what is your feed curated? Because that's the thing.
The For You page,
right? Because the
just fuck you page, not For You.
Instagram
page.
Sees what you like and save, and is like, I know what's gonna get her reels and reels about soap and clay and like entrepreneurship.
So. Oh my God, like stop. I don't want any of this. So I understand the clay throwing, like the pottery stuff.
Oh yeah, how's your pottery class going?
Right
is
now,
it good?
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's fun. And I understand soap. Like, yes, I will follow those things right now. Of course, there's nothing right now on my feed. Are you goddamn kidding me? You stupid bitch.
TikTok keeps telling me I have ADHD.
Well, yeah, that too. Oh my God.
See, here you are swamped into it again already. Oh, we like that little song.
Who the fuck is that? I don't even know. Oh, come on. Give me more. Give me more clays.
No, see, now you're literally telling it, give me more clay.
Well, I mean...
It's listening to you.
Oh, stop.
Now, tomorrow, it's going to be more and more and more clay.
But it's all this polymer clay that people make earrings out of and shit.
That seems very soothing. So why do you want to quit? Because you find yourself like unmotivated to do the most basic tasks in your life because you're just sitting there like absorbing all of this content. Yeah. That's what I do with TikTok.
All of it. Like all of the above. It's not a good thing for any of us. I'm convinced. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
See, now,
I can't find it now.
Rory Jesus can't even carry a conversation because now she's been pulled into the Instagram again. See, I wish, and the other thing about the all of those things that I used to care about now I don't remember at all. Like, I used to have an attention span. We used to not have like Blackberries and Razor phones and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's
you
like...
You taught yourself how to do HTML. Could you do that now?
Exactly. Or like, would I even bother?
No.
Like, I could sit and watch TRL every day for an hour uninterrupted with commercials.
Yeah,
that's true. And be like, I need to get home to do that because that's one of my favorite things every day.
Oh my God.
The golden age of MTV was like so good.
So good.
Like, but so now good. I can't remember, like it was all garbage. Like I can't remember any of it.
No.
Both of the Simpsons sisters had their own shows.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Jessica had...
I thought you were talking about the Simpsons.
Oh, like Lisa and Maggie. You thought
I was actually thinking Selma.
Patty and Selma. Jub. The iguana.
Yeah.
But like all of those shows, the Osbournes were so good.
Oh my God, right?
TRL was so fun because it was like all the different cliques at the mall could like agree that you had to watch TRL to see like, was Orgy going to be in the top 10 again today or whatever with their cover of Blue Monday. And then it was like, is it going to be Backstreet Boys? Is it going to be NSYNC?
Oh my God.
How it's like simpler times, you know what I mean?
I mean, you watched that with your Nana even.
I watched it with my Nana.
She loved TLC, No Scrubs.
She did. But never forget when Britney came on the scene and I was such a big Britney fan, she said, I don't think she's going to have a very long career if she keeps singing like that.
Well, that just goes to show your Nana was dumb.
Nana, R.I.P., you dumb bitch. Lucille, no, she was a good one. She knew what was up. She was fun. We also watched so much like court TV, People's Court.
Oh, well, you still do.
I still do. I still DVR it. The whole reason I even have Hulu is so that I can DVR the People's Court and watch it like whenever I want, so I never miss an episode.
That's funny.
There are years and years of cases that I must have missed when I didn't have cable.
Oh, you poor thing.
I really, they need to put out a box set or something.
Oh my God, have you seen Steve Harvey's like court show now?
Steve Harvey has a court show?
Yes, he does.
Ugh.
Except he has a different idea of what justice is.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Well, so...
And he's also literally not a judge.
He literally is
Or
not.
like a magistrate or whatever.
No, he's none of the above.
See, I don't like those ones where it's like hot bench and it's like 4 judges that get to be like, hey, this is like what we all think about it. It's like, no,
So
I hate that.
I've only seen like one episode, but the thing that I thought was actually kind of fun about it and that is different is that like when people go to him and they're clearly not gonna win, he doesn't necessarily penalize them. So he had
no, because he's making television.
Well, yeah, no, but listen to this. So one he had, and this photographer was completely in the wrong, right? So like he agreed to do a family photo and then headshots for this woman. He did the photo shoots. They went well. She saw like the initial pictures and everything. He was going to go edit them and everything, and his camera was stolen. And so he used the money that she gave him to buy a new camera.
But he breached the contract.
Exactly. So he was clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
But instead of
he's like, I can't pay you. I'm not giving you my money back or your money back because I bought a camera with that money.
Yeah, exactly. And he offered like
that sounds like a him problem
or something like that. Well, it totally does. But Steve Harvey says, okay, so we're going to give her money back. However, I'm going to hire you to be a cameraman on my show. And I know. But you know what? It's like kind of restorative justice. And there's something about that.
Yeah. Is that why everyone loves like going on Ellen so she can give you a check for like, you know, singing well in the subway or like,
I mean, if she'll give me a check for anything, I'll do whatever she wants me to do.
Isn't she getting canceled? God.
Maybe she'll probably yell at me. I don't know.
She seems a little hot-headed.
She is.
She's a little creepy. Is she still with what's her name from Arrested
Portia
Development?
DeRossi?
Yeah.
I assume so.
I think maybe.
I don't know.
Daytime TV, MTV, none of it matches the Olympics. None of it matches the Regal. Rory, I thought Rory was just about to put down her mic and like walk out. Like, were you I asked Matthew this because we have been watching figure skating so deeply. Like, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Mm-hmm. We're going on 3 years of nothing. And now it's like, oh, but the Olympics. And there's so much drama, and there's always so much drama, but now it's COVID drama. Like, people are testing positive and they have to withdraw, and their Olympic dreams are crushed because they've been working at it for 4 years, and now they just happen to get sick at the wrong time, and it's so terrible. But before COVID, always it's like there's an upset, someone did something, or like no one will forget Littlehammer '94, where Tanya Harding fucking bashed Nancy Kerrigan's knee, and I mean, allegedly that wasn't her; it was like a hitman, but. We all know that old chestnut.
Good
but
times.
Like 10-year-old me could not fathom that it was like wrestling, like the drama.
Yeah.
But it was real life.
Yeah.
Do you have like an Olympics history or like figure skating history or like
so my figure
or wrestling history?
No, I don't have that. I always inherently knew as a child that wrestling was fucking trashy and not anything I wanted to associate with.
Yeah, some things you just know in your heart and soul.
I was like, that crowd, I am not
and the boys who liked it, it's like,
oh yeah, oh my god,
this?
they had mullets and shit. Yeah. It was like a very much a James Greenwood.
Yeah. But also like a Matt Stumpf would like it too, though. Like some of the smart kids, like, here's who loves wrestling.
I love where this is going already.
Only children, like a single child, no siblings.
Why is that? You gotta explain.
They love to air guitar, but they have to wear socks in the house always.
What?
And wall-to-wall carpet in their whole house. And really like calorie conscious snacks. These are the boys who love wrestling.
What?
I think I'm just describing that stuff. But he was obsessed with it, and it was like, it's weird because on a base level, wrestling is kind of like a little homoerotic.
It totally is.
But I never got into it really, except for Gold Dust, who I loved, who was like kind of like a drag queen wrestler. Oh. Wait, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. So obviously we knew that wrestling was stupid.
Yeah.
But did you watch like any of the gay sports?
Yeah, so I did watch
gymnastics.
I watched Finger Street more. Figure skating more than probably any other gay sports. Yeah, no, but it wasn't always around the Olympics. It was like a Friday night and there would be some professional skating.
The U.S. championships or something. Well, that's the other thing is like back then there were 5 channels.
Often.
So it's like
Michelle Kwan was like the number
the queen.
Exactly.
So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the Olympics, men's free skate individual event just happened. And the winner was, now's your time to fast forward. If you haven't watched it yet, Nathan Chen, who is amazing and like he was in 2018.
Oh, he like totally...
He flopped in the short program.
Yeah.
And has spent the last 4 years still being the most incredible male figure skater ever. Mm-hmm. And he finally won his gold last night, and I'm very happy for him. Yeah. But the other U.S. contestant, Vincent Chu, I want to say his name is, he was one of the people that had to withdraw because of COVID. And the other drama though...
What?
So the American ladies figure skaters, not good. Doesn't matter. I mean, they're great, but it's all about the Russian Olympic Committee figure skaters, and they can't compete as Russia. So like when they get medals, they don't go to Russia and they don't play the Russian national anthem,
right?
Because Russia is so consistently doping and drugging and refuses to change, so they have been banned from the Olympics. But these Olympians are like so talented, and especially the female figure skaters. The girl who's like been crushing it, 15 years old, Kamila Valieva or something like that, and she's amazing, and you watch her skate and it's like how she's like the best that's ever done it. Yesterday before they do the individual events, they do team events. So like a men's, a women's, a pairs, and a rhythmic dancing team. So that's 6 people from each country compete, and they do this short program. And then the top 5 cumulative countries get to do their free skate, their long program. Yeah. And they get a medal if they are in the top 3 of that.
Okay.
Russia won that. And America came in second. And then Russia, right before the award ceremony, they had to postpone it for legal reasons, quote unquote. And then come to find out, someone had a positive doping test on the Russian team, and they wouldn't say who. And it was Kamila Valieva. And she's only 15, and now they're saying that it was like a test from December 2 months ago, and it was for like tramazamidine or something. It's like a chest cold medicine. So it's not like she was like roiding.
Yeah.
But like it's one of the banned substances, and there was one test where it was like in her system.
What?
And so they could potentially not get that medal, and she might be banned from competing. She's so good. I don't want it to happen. I'm like, this is gay sports. This is my Super Bowl.
Cold medicine?
Tramadamazine. I mean, it's not over the counter. I think it's like a...
It's got like trauma in it. It's probably not great
it's
for
like,
you. I'm just saying.
fuck your lungs up, Adine. I'm just so sad for her because she's so good. When I strap you to the chair and your eyeballs are wide open, she's going to be someone we watch. And the people that are commentating, this is the other fun thing. So if you're becoming an elder gay like me, the people that are commentating are the people that you used to watch skate when you were a kid. So it's like Tara Lipinski, who we hated because she took Michelle Kwan's gold medal away. But like, it's okay. We forgive her. She's cute. And Johnny Weir, who is like just very flamboyant and fabulous. And he loves a bobble and he loves like
he had a 2000s reality TV show.
He did. Yes, he did. He was so tiny.
Yeah.
And he's broke up with that guy now though. He was like with a guy and he's obsessed with Russia. I think wasn't that show called Being Johnny Weir? And I think it was on like Logo probably.
Yeah.
It must have, I think it was right around the 2010 Olympics. It must have been 2010.
Bravo then? Around then?
Bravo was around, but I don't think Bravo was doing...
Logo wasn't around then.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah, because that's when
like early 2000s?
Yeah, no, this was 2010.
It was? Okay, all right.
I think it was around 2010. Drag Race started by...
It's all the same.
When me and Matthew got together, that's when Drag Race started, like 2008-ish.
On Logo?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like, but it wasn't like on basic cable, so you had to like have like an expensive cable package to get to Logo.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, every 4 years I can understand what sports people think because wait, but you watched some figure skating? Because that's why I asked Matthew and he was like, I was like, what was your history with figure skating before me? And he just sort of like
Tara
smiled.
Lipinski and Michelle Kwan.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
But like Nancy and Tanya and all of that stuff.
I mean, I remember it, but like I don't.
You weren't you weren't.
We were pretty young.
Yes, but
I was fourth grade.
Yes, but I was gay. So of course I don't know if it found me or I found it, but I distinctly remember being like so obsessed with Nancy Kerrigan because she was from Massachusetts.
Yeah,
and
Stoneham, right?
Stoneham, God. And she thought she was like, she acted like she was from Nantucket, but it's like,
I know, right?
Ma'am, you're practically from Lynn.
Yeah.
But like I was, again, I can just see how people are like, go Patriots or like go Red Sox or whatever. Like territorial, like national pride. Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan was my team.
My bitch.
Although in retrospect, Tanya kind of was a better skater in a way. Technically speaking, she was. But then she was also like a criminal, so. But yeah, Nancy was...
Did you see that movie, I, Tanya?
I did. I liked it. It was cute. I liked the 30 for 30 documentary better that ESPN did.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Much better for me, just because it was so accurate and like had all of this footage from when it really happened. I love a good like 90s bang.
I'd like to watch that. Yeah,
I'd like to see it. It's on
that.
Hulu now that you have Hulu access again.
I saw I, Tanya in the theaters in
I think I saw it in theaters too
with my now husband
on a date.
Were just dating. Yeah, but the thing is though, we got there late and so we were like right in the front and literally looking up like this.
Oh, it must have made you sick.
Oh my God, it was terrible because she's like spinning and like all these scenes where they're like doing this like close up of her spinning. Yeah, exactly.
And it was very stylized. Like
it was nauseating.
Oh God, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm glad neither of you puked.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you guys get it in that night?
Oh God, yeah.
Absolutely. We were doing it like bunnies back.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, when Matthew and I got together, we were doing it like at least once a month. At least once a month. At least. No, but I remember Lillehammer, because whatever, I was obsessed with Nancy Kerrigan and always watching whenever skating was on. Like that was it. That's what we were watching.
Yeah.
It was like, but back then it was also like 1994 and we didn't have cable, so it was like channel
CBS
2, 4, 5, 6, 12 was like WB,
the channels,
Fox, CBS,
NBC.
Public television.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And 12 was the other public television.
12 was like Telemundo.
Yeah.
But I had what was probably my very first like migraine the night of the free skate for the ladies free skate.
Oh my God, that must have been terrible.
And it truly was like, but I was also a kid, so I didn't even really realize that it was like, that was when the free skate was on or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, having the absolute worst headache ever and like crying because my head hurt so bad. And then figure skating came on, and my dad was doing anything he could to try to appease, be like, Tylenol this or that. Yeah. He's like, oh my gosh, look, it's the Olympics, it's the free skate. I was like, and I was like, it finally calmed me enough that I could like not be in so much pain. And that's when I saw Oksana Bayul win that fucking gold medal.
Oh my God. I do remember watching Oksana Bayul and her being like this breakout star.
It was like not, because the whole thing was about Nancy versus Tanya.
She was an upset.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I do remember that.
That's what's fun about figure skating is there's always an upset. Yeah, it's almost always. She
was wearing this like black outfit, like with like slick back hair. I feel like,
but
right?
like scrunchy.
Was it?
Scrunchy. You might be thinking of
a later date.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Or Katarina Vick. There are a lot of good skaters back then, honestly.
Oksana Bayul.
Yeah.
Because I remember she just came out of left field. Did. And then it was just like, she like showed them all.
You know who else said that?
Who?
The fence that she drove into when she got her DUI like 18 months later.
That's right.
She just came out of left field.
That's right.
And then she went on Tanya was on Celebrity Deathmatch, but Oksana Bayul became like a big Republican. Oksana's just like a rich Republican now, like the American dream. Because of course, when you're from the Ukraine, especially in the 90s, the only reason you're doing any of that shit is to like get the fuck out, get out, like work as hard as you fucking can and go. And that's exactly what she did. And now she's like a weird Trumper, I think. Scott Hamilton's a Republican too. You remember Scott Hamilton?
The backflip guy? The bald backflip guy?
The bald backflip guy from like the 80s.
Oh, that's gross.
See, he was a commentator by the time I was really watching in earnest.
I watched him. He was still doing backflips for a while.
But they're illegal in competition. But so when he retired from competition, when he'd won his gold,
and it was like Stars on Ice.
Yes, exactly.
That's when the shit that I would watch like wild.
Did you ever go to Disney on Ice?
Very, very young. I think it was Pinocchio.
I went to the Pinocchio one too with the big whale.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really remember is Pinocchio's skating around and the huge whale.
I remember not much. I remember the mug that we had in our cupboard from
white.
That.
And it had like a Pinocchio drawing on it, but it had like all sorts of Disney stars.
It was like different things all over it. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so funny.
I remember eating peanut butter bars on the bus to the show.
You took the bus?
It was like a
church thing.
No, we weren't in church that young.
No,
I didn't get. I was going to say something about getting diddled. I don't think I was diddled in church, but you never know. That old brain of yours will really block some stuff out. No, we weren't in church that young. I think it was more of like the town of Westford is once for $35 we'll all take a trip and we'll all do a thing or something like that. I don't know.
I mean,
I can't remember.
Now that I
feel like my aunt was on the trip with us and she worked at town hall.
Well, my mom didn't work there at that time, but my mom would not drive in Boston.
Oh, neither would my dad. No, never.
So maybe we did do something like that I just don't even
What if
remember.
we were on that same bus together? We probably fucking were. Because
my God.
And listeners, I don't know if you know this, but I had an aunt who worked at town hall in the clerk's office, and Rory's mom worked for the water department.
Yeah.
So like, we didn't. Peggy and Rob. I would watch a fucking show and a half about Peggy and Robin. Are you kidding me? That would be so fucking good. That would be like so like towny drama, but like.
Back in the day.
Yeah, then, yes. No, not now. God, it's like what, your mom like knitting in Maine and my aunt like like
just watching Netflix.
My aunt spending every night and day at the VFW like
oh my God.
Blacking out on White Russians.
Oh, if my dad was still alive, he'd be right there with her.
I know, they'd be best friends.
Totally.
No, but back then if it was like the town clerk and the water's office, like Westford Townie stuff, I would watch the fuck out of that, because then it was like they have to go home and deal with like their gay nephew or like their obnoxious daughter.
Why are you just a gay nephew and I'm the obnoxious daughter? Why can't you be an obnoxious gay nephew?
Well, I mean, it's implied.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, we've talked a lot about the switching from nostalgia to current events a little bit. Did you see Nelly's dick?
No.
Nelly of Hot and Her. That's interesting that's the Nelly song you jumped to. I was thinking of Hot and Her.
Can you show it to me?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, show it to me.
It seems like he was hacked and someone posted a video of him receiving fellatio. on his Instagram stories.
Eek.
And it was quickly deleted. I feel bad for the girl because it's like, it was clearly like probably
private.
A little while ago. And I mean, yeah. But he's getting dragged because he just has like a very average penis. And I feel bad for him.
Well, why can't the man have an average penis?
That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, he's not big. And it's like, that's so rude.
Right?
Looks big to me.
Respectable.
Well, mine's certainly no bigger than that.
Right?
Like what are all you ladies packing? Like, what are you, it's like, what I'd rather have like a serviceable 6, 5.5 that knows what it's doing.
Absolutely.
Than a 9 that's like make us me want to poop. But like it doesn't stir my soul, but stirs my bowels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Rory's literally like, show me the fucking video.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me find it because it's gonna take a minute. Hold on. See, how did I find it? Because the only place you can find nude stuff now is Twitter.
Why?
Because Twitter doesn't care.
Oh my god.
Twitter will just put like, that's where all like the gay slutties go to like post their dick pics is on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Grindr?
No, I mean, that's where they're hooking up, but that's not where you're like seeing all of their slutty stuff. Oh, here we go. It's,
that's big enough.
I mean, I will say, just size aside, aesthetically, ew, I didn't hear the sounds before because I was watching this at work like a normal person. But
gotta be kidding me.
I think aesthetically speaking, it just is. Oh, ew, that's so gross, that sound. Oh god, this poor girl. No, don't do that. Don't put it up to the mic. I just feel bad for her. I'm like, what is her hair though? She's like made up. She's giving you Barbie girl in a Barbie world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he apologized to her and her family for this coming
taking
out.
The video at all?
Well, like for the fact that it leaked. But like his team is saying now that they're scared that like his financials are going to come out. Like someone has access to his documents. Aesthetically, it's not doing. Do you know what I mean? When you see a dick, you want it to be like, whoa, even if it's not a huge member.
There's nothing wrong with that dick.
It's not.
It's repeating now.
Yeah, no, you can put that on your Instagram reels. It's not inspiring. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to.
Does every artist have to have an inspiring dick?
No, but I mean, like, if it's.
He's not a porn star.
No, that's true.
So, I mean.
But he did.
Why is he being held to porn star standards?
He did record it, and it did make its way to the internet. I'm not saying that's his fault.
He recorded it so he could jerk off to
but
it
also,
later.
I think.
I mean, what do you want?
He's a pretty attractive guy, for the most part.
I mean, when you look past the Band-Aid, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that for like a dead cousin or something?
I think his sister was sick.
Oh, that's a nicer thing than like the teardrop tattoo or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, less permanent.
Yeah. Does he still wear it, I wonder?
I think she's better.
Oh, good. So he was able to take the Band-Aid off. So what happens when she dies? He just mummies himself like R.I.P. I don't know. Tributes are weird.
Puts Band-Aids over his eyes. He never opens his eyes again.
Like, God, this is so rude and morbid. But like, when you are like in a Walmart parking lot, because obviously, and it's it's like on the back of the van
I
is
do
like,
not know that, Kenny.
Okay, in the parking lot of like McDonald's.
Okay, I know that.
Don't we all? But it's like.
After going through the drive-thru,
it's like a custom decal that's been put on the back window, and it's like rosary beads and hands, or like a portrait, and it's like in loving memory of like Michael. Yeah, and it's like 1972 to 2008.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's been 12 years. Do we still need this on your car? Like. It's just a little much. Same thing with like a tattoo, like the tattoo where it's the person's face, and it's all like
kind of milking.
It's like
death that happened 12 years ago.
I'm sure you loved him, but they say if you love something, let it go. Like,
and then I'll come back to. Oh no, wait.
And that's how you know. Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Da, da, da. I just
Oh
and
my
the
God, can
like
you
a
imagine?
tribute tattoo where it's like their face and it's always like
Yeah, I know.
because they try to shade it in to be like a gorgeous portrait, you know.
Oh my
like,
God, so bad.
like it's like
so bad.
like a Renaissance painting, but then it always ends up looking like
I never understood people that get bad tattoos.
I
like
know.
you go somewhere and you're like, yeah. Is it like people that like can't tell? So my husband cannot tell if somebody can sing well or not.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to describe it, but he's just like
Tone deaf.
he's a little tone deaf.
Does he sing? Can he sing okay? Not really.
He cannot. He's not. His pitch isn't good. The quality of his voice is good though. So it's so unfortunate. It's so
Interesting.
unfortunate
Like-
because like he could have been. He's got a voice for radio if he really wants to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he's not a vocalist, let's say.
No, but he has no. He's tone deaf. Yeah.
But like he couldn't hear you sing and be like,
No, I think he knows what he likes, generally speaking, but he can't say like, oh, they have amazing talent versus like, oh, that sounds good to me. Like he can't tell that.
but if he hears someone singing bad, can he be like, I don't like that?
I think so.
We're gonna have to have him on the podcast and do a little like test,
Like a hearing test.
Yeah. I also would love.
Raise your hand if
I
you
would,
hear the sound.
Yeah, right. Beep.
Yeah.
I would also love for him to do like a call and repeat where it's like we give him a very simple melody and see if he
Yeah.
can sing it back to us.
Oh my God.
Like it's
words.
getting hot in here.
Oh my God.
But wait, bad tattoos also. I know it's like
Yeah. So like, are people like that where they're like, I can't tell what
they don't have
good
discerning
art or-
taste. Yeah, I think there's a lot.
I think there's some of that at least.
I think there's a lot of that. So I think with tattoos, for the most part,
People just want to bargain, so they're just like,
well,
says what I wanted to say.
and I don't want to get my ass into something my ass can't get out of. You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
Is this for the LGBT community?
and I hate to say it, but I do have to take a stand against the LGBT community right now. I think with tattoos, for the most part, and of course there are exceptions, people that get gorgeous work and they spend their lives getting tattoos all over their bodies, or they are really discerning about what they choose and love that. Great.
Yeah.
For the most part, tattoos are a youthful act of autonomy. But when you're a youth, you aren't thinking long term. You don't have a lot of money. Your like frontal lobe isn't developed fully yet, so you're making stupid decisions.
Yeah.
And so that's where we get a butterfly with a tribal. Do you know what I mean? Like right on the butt crack.
Yeah.
Although it's fascinating to watch.
What?
Tattoo removal videos. Oh my
Zap.
God. And it's like
hair removal too.
but it looks like a paintball gun, but like you watch it and it's like and the people that got those tattoos and were like, this is nothing, they're like, like
Yeah.
it looks like it fucking hurts, because basically what it's doing is like crushing up the ink under your skin and bringing it to the surface. It's basically like it's like a napalm bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I know. I mean, laser hurts for hair removal, so I can't
imagine doing it, but like instead
Because
of
it
one
targets the
follicle, it's
dark.
like yes,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like quarter sized at a time.
That's why I don't have any tattoos. Nothing to remove.
See, I think I'm somewhere.
You were pretty conservative. You didn't go nuts.
No, I'm somewhere in between. I've got 3. They're all on my arms.
What's the third?
This one, which.
Oh yeah, what is that one?
It's just
a crystal
It's
thing?
Crystal and I got this matching tattoos. It just looks like a poo. It's supposed to be like a rock or something.
Yeah.
But I also got that one at like the height of like 23, and I don't give a shit about my life and blah blah blah.
Totally.
And did not take care of it, and it was sort of like on a whim, a couple $100 at like Fat Roms and JP. And I remember the very first night, you're supposed to like wrap it, A&D ointment, take care of it, hydrate. Yeah. And instead I just like went and got like blackout drunk. And I remember waking up and my arm was stuck to my sheets because I did not take care of it at all. And I'm sure it must have like bled the lines and everything.
Yeah.
And like, I also at the time was not like, because Crystal, hers, she did with like a palette of color, and it was cute. It was like, it almost gave you like, I don't know, like Rainbow Bright throwback or something. No, not that saturated, more pastel-y. It was cute, like unicorny or something.
Okay.
And mine, because my other tattoos were grayscale.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just doing grayscale.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, I was like, but I want it like this. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he did it like not like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this, whatever, who cares? Whatever, it's a tattoo. I will never see it. It's like on the back of my forearm, back of my bicep.
Yeah.
So I never see it anyway. But I wouldn't remove it because it's like, it doesn't bother me. I don't see it.
Cares?
And also it's like a friendship tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
But Crystal's does look a lot better. This I have on my forearm was my first tattoo, and now it's my sister's name, because I was like, I think I got it when I was like 20, and I was like,
I want the only thing that I won't hate
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And I was like, I always like that. And I got this like stupid like pixel art, like ornate sort of like paisley looking thing around it.
Yeah.
But now anytime, because this is definitely my most visible tattoo. Like if I roll up my sleeves at work at my like, 6-figure office job, people are still seeing this.
Yeah.
So I have to answer for it sometimes. And they're always like, oh, what's your tattoo? Which, like, by the way, folks, don't ask people what their tattoo is. No one's asked you to do that. Tattoos are for them to do their whatever. Shut up. And maybe if you're like in a casual setting, you know them pretty well, you're drinking, whatever, or they offer it up. But like, for the most part, I think it's like, I have friends that are like covered in tats. But it's also like not an invitation to be like, what are your tattoos? It's like, it's not, mind your business. You know what I mean? But so anytime someone sees this, they're like, what's your tattoo? I have to say, oh, it's Wendy. It's my sister. She's not dead. I just like her a lot. Because otherwise you think because I don't want to.
You should get that underneath it, Wendy. It's my sister. She's not dead. I like her a lot.
But then, when she does die before me, inevitably, I'm going to have to scratch out she's not dead. And then I'm going to have to add a D, like I liked her a lot. R.I.P.
It sounds like you've got a great plan. Why don't you go with this?
I think that's what
that sounds reasonable,
I've
logical.
Clearly, I've been thinking about this.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want anyone to think that it's one of those stupid, like, on the back of the van, faces and the rosary beads.
Oh,
it's
my
like,
God. Seriously.
1986 to question mark. Did you see Rihanna's pregnant?
Yeah.
She looks so good.
Although, so I just saw the picture of her in that.
I love the open
puffer.
belly.
Aren't you cold?
She's
Aren't you cold?
She's fine.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I love her. And she only did it for the photo op.
Oh,
because she's usually very
grabbing that kitty,
Harry and Momo.
But the cat won't leave him alone. The cat just like wants to be next to him, and they just fuck each other up.
Oh my God! Like yanking on that tail. Jesus. I can appreciate that. He's a cat lover. Oh,
right, sorry.
No, I think Rihanna. It's not like Rihanna's like going grocery shopping with her belly out. The paparazzi's there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, she pops out.
I mean, she can do whatever the fuck
she does.
Wants.
The belly. She jumps out. She looks so good.
She does.
We're never getting that album though. No. But we'll always have Anti. It's great.
Right.
I'm happy about that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh yeah, is it on display?
It is on display.
Matthew put it out for Christmas because he was like, "It's kind of Christmas colors." I was like, "This is an evergreen album.
Yeah, it is.
It can stay out all year."
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, I listened to that the other day. It was so good.
It's still so good.
I know.
And it's
it
like
really
6 or 7 years old, I think, now.
It's just so good.
We'll never hear from her again. I wouldn't be surprised if we never hear from Rihanna again.
I mean, she'll be Fenty Xing it all over the place.
Yeah, Fenty Butte.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I love her.
She's pretty mogul-ish.
I would love for another Rihanna track, but I'm not gonna. It's like Britney. It's like, y'all did your thing. Thanks for the memories.
At some point.
Yes, I'm sure.
I think so.
Well, Britney is like, the rumor mill is that she's getting writers together to do something, but it's like, take a break, Brit.
Well, take your time.
Yeah, she's doing it her way, which is nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the mess of a record that comes out, though. I bet it'll be a mess, or it could be a brilliant. Who knows?
Probably both, in certain ways.
I got rear-ended this week.
Yeah, tell me more.
I was getting on the highway, And
spoiler alert, you're alive. You're fine.
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. They are too.
They're fine too.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting on the highway barely. So here's the weird thing about highways for me is like you're expected to yield, aka stop.
Yeah.
Until you can go from 0 to 60 very quickly to get into like the highway, right?
Where were you getting on?
I was on
and what highway?
Salem onto 128 to get to.
Okay, 128 is a shit show.
It's two lanes and people bomb through it.
And people either stop on the on-ramp.
Right.
Either there's no runway on the on-ramp or there is and people don't know what to do because it doesn't look like there is and yada yada.
So Salem,
it is a shit show.
The Salem on-ramp is such that it's like you get a pretty good view getting onto the southbound on-ramp of oncoming traffic. Mm-hmm. And I've done it a million times now because that's my commute now.
Right.
And I was doing the thing and this school van is bombing in the right lane out of nowhere. So I was like, it's driving is, you make 100 million decisions every single day.
Yeah.
Split second decisions. Right. And in that moment, I was like, shit, if I try to merge onto the highway, they're going to run into me.
Yeah.
So it was maybe an aggressive pump of the brakes.
Yeah.
But then I hear beep. And I'm like, fuck. So
automatically their fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at first I thought the beep was the van saying like, don't come on.
Yeah.
I didn't even think because I did not see them coming in my rear view at all.
Yeah.
And then when, I was like, fuck. And now we're just sitting there sort of like on the on-ramp blocking traffic.
It's kind of crazy that you've got time to beep but not brake.
That's what I'm saying because I didn't think that he was the one that beeped.
I've never, in the several times that I've rear-ended people.
Well, you've told us about that and how the lady like didn't make you
yeah, that was one
go
time.
through her insurance and so you sent her a beautiful bouquet of flowers.
Yeah, and I've done that for other people where like they've rear-ended me and I'm like, there's no damage, just go.
Yeah,
just go.
exactly. Like
you're
forget
fine.
it.
Oh, one girl. Oh my God, did I tell you about this one? I probably did. So it was when I was living in Everett and I was driving to work. Or driving to the T station to go to work, and this young girl that was probably in her early 20s, so at least 10 years my junior, that I could see on her phone, and I'm watching her, and like she did one of those things where like at the last second she slammed on her brake and she did tap me, but the jerk, she couldn't tell if she had hit me or not.
She's like, ooh.
And I fucking got out of my car.
Road rage.
I went, no, well, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
kind of, but I was like, you just hit me. There's no damage, but you need to get the fuck off your phone.
Yeah, good for you.
You need to be careful for you, not for me. Watch where you're going. Get off your phone. You're going to create a really bad problem for yourself at some point.
Oh my God.
And I felt like a fucking adult.
Yeah, that was. When was that?
4 years ago, maybe.
So you're in like your early 30s. You're like, so how old are you, girl? 26. Well, I'm 31. So as someone with a lot more life experience, that's really true though. I really do feel
Just
like
get the fuck off your phone.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I grew up in my late 20s and I've never been at fault in an accident.
Well, good for you.
What did she have anything to say?
She was like, sorry,
I'm saying.
I know.
Did she cry?
No. I mean, it was quick. It was quick.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you did hit me. Like,
I love that you
felt
escalated and got out of the car.
I saw exactly what happened.
I love that dangerous situation for you.
Yeah. I saw who she was. It wasn't like I was like going after like this big guy. That
that's
like
always
the scary.
Psychopath. That's always the scary thing with a car accident of any size, big or small, because you're like, oh God, who am I about to interact with? But
I made. By the way, when I got out of the car, I was like, "Get the fuck over! Pull over!
I'm the boss here now."
Well, I'm like, she was just like, "What?" I'm like, "Get over! You just hit me. Get over! You pull over.
Although it's a
hit and run. Otherwise,
you
know that rule, right?"
I will say, I've never had an accident where I was at fault, but I have had a similar situation in Alston where I've like, it's been rolling stop and go traffic and I probably wasn't paying attention and he got out and he looked at his bumper and he looked at me and he was like, shook his head and he was like, I was like, wait, did I touch him? What the fuck? Like it was that minuscule.
Yeah.
So technically maybe I've made a mistake once in my life. Just the one time.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But so he's now in retrospect, I realize he was hand on the horn,
Yeah.
slammed into me. And I was like, fuck. And we're literally on the on-ramp, like where it meets the highway.
Safe place to be.
So I was like, okay, we got to pull off. And it was the on-ramp where there's also an exit right after it.
Okay.
And I was like, if we pull over anywhere right here, we're going to be fucked. Yeah. And it's 2 lanes. And it's like, so pulled off the exit. And I didn't know if he was going to follow me or not at first, but I can see in my rearview mirror, he's like a skinny young guy. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. He's okay. And he did pull off behind me, thankfully. And we finally, off the exit, sort of found a little, because it had also just snowed like 2 feet of snow.
Oh God. Yeah,
so it was my first time driving since the snowstorm. And, we found like a little place to safely pull off. And I pulled over, and then I got out of my car and I see him pulling up behind me, and the whole hood is just like smoke.
Oh no.
And the hood is like crinkled.
Oh no.
Bad.
Oh.
And
how
like,
fast do you think he was going?
He had to have been going fast, because when I saw him, obviously my first question is, are you okay?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, yeah, man, I tried to honk at you to tell you to pull up a little bit because I wasn't going to make it. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, oh, he honked at me. He's like, yeah, I hit the snowbank before I hit you. And I was like, what the fuck? So he must have been flying onto that on-ramp.
Right? Yeah.
And he's like 29 or 30 or something.
Yeah.
And we exchanged insurance, and he was driving a 2004 Subaru Impreza.
Doesn't Impreza me.
Exactly. I was like,
sir,
that your car is old enough to vote, basically. And it was all tricked out, and like you could tell he's like,
shut up, really?
A hothead. But he was like, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, it was just sort of an awkward spot, and I could see someone flying.
Yeah, and there were school children.
Yeah,
that I was trying to avoid killing.
It was. I mean, it wasn't a bus. It was those like speddy vans.
I mean,
it's like a school bus.
Retarded children. Even worse.
It's like, I would have been doing them. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. A disservice by ruining their day. I was going to say, Rory, how dare you? I was going to say I would have been really doing them a disservice by ruining their morning commute by cutting them off. How dare you? How very dare you? But so, it was like, sorry. Listeners, I kid because I love. And he was like, no, I get it. He's like, I've been there too. It's just something that happens. I'm like, okay, so you're in accidents all the time. It sounds like. He's like, we'll just let insurance deal with it.
That's why I drive a 2004 Impreza, because I shouldn't be driving anything nicer than this.
Exactly. It's like, it's a
beater,
a hoopty.
Yeah.
Not unlike your car, Rory.
Shut the fuck up.
I told
my
Rory.
car is almost 10 years younger than that.
Oh, really?
Almost. It's a 2013.
Wow, you really drove it into the ground.
Oh, god damn it. It doesn't even have 100,000 miles. Go to hell.
Rory was coming over. We're recording at my place tonight, by the way, for the first time, maybe ever. Have we ever recorded here?
We have not recorded here.
First time.
Yeah.
And I heard Rory was coming over. She was picking up food, and I heard a car outside with a muffler going mad. I was like, if that's Rory's fucking car, I'm going to drag her so bad. But it wasn't Rory's car. But the fact that I thought it could have been Rory's car should tell you what Rory's car is actually like.
Oh my God, stop it.
Rory's so embarrassed. But like, I'm hoping.
I'm not though. I don't. You think that I drive this hoopty? It's got leather seats, push to start. It's got like a backup can. Like, it's not that bad.
Okay, fine.
Oh my God.
Maybe how about this?
No, not how about that?
How about this? When you get into your car, and I'll give you a week to like give it a little spit and polish. Why don't you?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Why don't you send a video so that our listeners can decide?
Oh my God,
if it's time for you to upgrade your car or not.
So, here's the other thing. So we have a tandem parking driveway.
Mm-hmm.
So my car is like kind of snowed in right now.
Oh, how'd you get here?
Nick's truck.
Oh, you took the truck.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
I parallel parked it.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's a hoopty. You barely drive it. It's like
God,
it's springtime's gonna come.
Just whoever is parked out first.
No,
And now that it's like snowy out, we take 4-wheel drive because mine does not perform well in the snow.
Oh, it doesn't? Interesting. It's going to be like the spring is going to come, the snow's going to thaw, sap's going to get on, and it's probably under a tree. It's going to get all scratched up. You're going to take it out once in a while because you're like, oh, now I got to deal with the baby seat and blah, blah, blah. No.
So it's actually better than my husband's truck, leg room wise. So with the baby.
Well, if he gets the promotion and the raise, I think we know where our money's going.
Volvo.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love Volvo. Although, did I tell you I just test drove a Volvo and I didn't love it?
I want an electric Volvo.
XC40. Oh, they're so cute. You'd probably do the one up bigger because of the baby. Anyway, so then as we're talking, I look back and the kid's radiator fluid is pissing out.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, you've got a leak there. He was like, oh, the radiator shot. This thing's totaled. And I was like, oh. And then like he knows about cars probably. So I was like, I take your word. And I was like, listen, I'm really sorry. He's like, oh, it's okay. I was like, is there anything I can do? He's like, no, I'm just going to wait here for a tow truck. And I was like, well, I have a 10 o'clock meeting. So bye. Nice to meet you. I was like, oh, this was cute though. He like seemed like super, super nice and like almost smiley.
Yeah.
And I was like, this hasn't happened to me in a long time. He's like, yeah, it stinks. And I was like, what's your name? And he's like, Wii, like Nintendo Wii. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I was like, WII? He's like, no, but for you, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
What the fuck is that?
Because I looked at his license and it was Hui, HUY.
Oh, that's funny.
Sweet, though. And then come to find out it was his mom's car.
Aw.
And the insurance had lapsed. Wait, no. The registration had lapsed.
Okay, that's different. Oh my God.
His insurance has actually been amazing to me.
Really?
Liberty Mutual.
Ah, Liberty.
They've been excellent. They called me like the same day. He went right to them and they were like, so we're taking full liability. Do you need a rental car? Are you going through your insurance? And I was like, I don't know. Should I? And they were like, no, we'll just do everything for you. It's like the only reason you would do yours is if you had some like
additional,
right? Like it'll cover
liability,
da 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 da. Yeah, and I was like, I don't think I have that. And they're like, yeah, don't bother then. But if you want to look into it, and I'll just text.
That's amazing.
I'll text you on Tuesday. And so she texted me on Tuesday, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go through you guys because by the way,
texted you on Tuesday, like she said she
was gonna.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, I had been going to Geico being like, this is the stuff that happened. And their website sucks. No one will answer your questions.
No.
And I'm like, I keep putting in like, this was my damage. And then I log back in and it's like, there is no damage to your car. And it's like, motherfucker, I told you twice where the damage was. And it keeps resetting like there's no damage. It's like, what the fuck? So I just was like, no claim. Fuck it. Forget it. I'm going with Liberty Mutual.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'll set up an adjuster for you. She was like, you don't have to go to one of our places. It's your choice.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this car's a lease, so I should go where the dealership tells me to go.
Yeah.
And she was like, do you know what it is? And I was like, no. She's like, can I call them for you and find out? I was like, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
She's like, hold on the line. She called it and she like popped back on. She's like, here's where it is. Here's where you'll go. We'll send an adjuster out to you. And then the adjuster called me today because she's coming out tomorrow.
That's amazing.
She was wonderful. She was like,
that's awesome.
Just, let me know where you are. And like, amazing.
Yeah.
So I might be switching to Liberty Mutual.
Well, I just had a good experience with USAA where
USAA. Is that them?
I love that we just sang each other's jingles. It is. When I drove through that massive puddle and the water came through like the floorboards of my car.
When was that?
When I decided that it was time to save my baby from a tornado.
What the fuck are you talking about? When was there a tornado?
This fall we had a tornado warning.
Right. Yes. I remember that now. And you were on the road at the time.
No, I was not. I was at home.
Oh.
There's
but it was
like
coming
tornado
at you.
warning.
Yes.
Our phones are going bonkers.
Yes, that's
and I'm
right.
like, I call daycare. They're not picking up. Finally, they call me back and they're like, so we don't like have tornado protocol. And I was like, do you guys have a basement? They're like, no. As long as the power's on, we're still here. And I'm like,
oh,
I'm going to come get them. Yeah. Okay. They're like, okay, just be careful. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
And of course, I was not careful.
Wait, now did you drive through the puddle before baby was in or after baby was in the car?
Before.
Okay. So on your way, you're driving like a mad woman.
Oh my God.
So how big was this puddle?
I mean, it was like this deep.
So Rory's giving me like a yardstick basically.
Not a yardstick, two and a half. 2.5 maybe tops.
And where was this puddle? Like on a highway, on a road?
No, it was. So I knew enough to be like, that's too deep. I'm not going through that.
Where
road.
was it?
It was just a back road that I took.
That it had like flash flooding or something.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell how deep it was.
Okay.
And I went through it, and thank God I didn't stop, because if I stopped, it would have been up to here. Like it would have been like at
your
my
lap.
waist. Yeah, sitting in the car. Yeah, it came up to my knees. Like my knees down were soaked. And
You're kidding me.
And
that's not true.
It was
your
totally
knees
true.
down were soaked.
Yes.
Did it splash in and go away, or the water came up
underneath my steering wheel? Like, you know, the space right between your steering
so
wheel
the
and
water
like the pedals
pushed
and everything?
through all your engine and shit.
It came through.
You didn't get like vapor lock or anything, or like
no.
your
I mean,
car
I
didn't
just
die?
I just gunned it, because I knew that if I like stopped, then it would just flood.
See, now I don't know if this is a point for me or a point for you as to whether to replace this car, because you literally basically dunked it in water, and it didn't even ask for like a bowl of rice to go into. It was
I had to have the whole interior redone.
What do you
But
mean redone?
They
replaced the upholstery,
not the upholstery, all of the
carpeting on the floor, and all that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like brand new.
I wonder if
carpet. I'm like, this like adds value, right?
Yeah. Now how much was the carpet worth?
I don't know how much it cost. It was all
Now
covered.
your car's worth that.
Yeah, I know, right? That's all it's worth.
Well, now it's depreciated.
Yeah, I know.
Because you've been driving it around, treating it like dirt. There's probably snow melting into it right now.
It's frozen onto it. Thank you.
Okay, well, if you say so. Wait, I have a actually really spooky story to tell you.
What?
And it has to do with being a property manager, so I have to be kind of discreet.
Okay.
So, a couple years ago, thinking about the facts of this, when I put it all together for myself yesterday, gave me chills.
So hold on. This is not about a bat, and it's not about
not a bat.
picture outside of somebody's apartment.
No, but it's closer to the picture outside the apartment where the number wouldn't show up on the photo.
Yeah.
It's a little bit closer to that.
Okay.
Actually, it's a little bit of both. So, a couple years ago, there's a building. It's actually really tragic. So,
Can't wait. Oh my God, Kenny, I can't wait.
So there's an apartment building. It's probably got like 50 units in it, and it's an older building, all made of cement. And at one point, probably in like the 70s or the 80s, they rebuilt all of the basement to be apartments. So what used to be a boiler room is now probably like, or 4 boiler rooms is now probably like 8 apartments, because this is boring probably. 4 big buildings, 4 boiler rooms, all connected together, and there's like a basement hallway that connects them all.
Ooh, that's spooky.
It used to be all the boiler rooms, but now there's a hallway with 8 apartments, right? A couple years ago, a young woman tragically passed away in her apartment. She took her own life.
Oh, I know this one.
The maintenance technician found her. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me that.
I was not the manager of the building, so I only heard precursory details. But I do remember her family was really mad at our company because they thought that we had like boxed all of her stuff up without permission, but we had to tell them that she had boxed it up.
Yeah.
Sad. And
I remember the maintenance guy saying that it was like an African American
he
woman.
thought that she was, but she had been there for a while.
Yeah, that
and
was why.
He's so sad and weird, and he was obviously traumatized by that.
Oh my God.
That was a couple years ago.
Cannot fucking imagine.
And that building is wild. Like, I literally had 2 evictions at that building this week, because now I happen to be managing that building in interim while we're looking for someone else to be dealing with it. And now that I'm managing it, I'm like, these people need to go. So we're evicting some other terrible people who do terrible things. It's just a chaotic building.
So not for non-payment, for terrible things they do?
For cause, yeah. For like very disruptive behavior, screaming,
Oh my God.
abusing the intercom system. And there are also like people, like single moms with kids that like can't sleep because these people are like yelling all night.
Oh my God.
It's just a really creepy vibe of a building.
Yeah.
Okay. This past September, a man moved into the building. And he called me like the day he moved in because something was wrong. He needed something. And I could tell he was a character. He's just one of those people that needs everything today and wants to be your friend, but is very aggressive. Not rude by any means, just sort of like an aggressive guy.
Yeah.
And while we're talking, he was like, oh, you know what? It's so fun. I actually lived in this building before. And I was like, oh God, you did? Like, and I'm like, why? What the fuck? And he's like, yeah, I actually lived in this very same apartment before. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I looked in our little like management software system, and sure enough, his name shows up as like a ledger that expired in like 2014. And then 7 years later, he moved back in. He's an older guy. Like by older, I mean like 60 maybe.
Yeah.
And that building is, for the most part, like working professionals, 30s, 40s. So he skews a little older.
Yeah.
And apparently in the past few months, he's been like kind of bugging our office manager, calling her, asking for stuff. And I need this and I need that, and complaining, and, you know, the landlord stuff.
Yeah.
The emergency on-call technician this weekend got a call for a wellness check at the building from the police department of that city. And so that maintenance technician called me and said, this man passed away. And I think this is the same apartment. And I was like, what? And I looked it up. And I didn't even realize this when I had talked to the man when he moved in.
It was the same
This was the same apartment where the girl took her own life.
Oh, that's so creepy.
And he overdosed.
No.
And they found him, like, his boss had called in a wellness check because he said he wasn't feeling good, quote unquote, and was going to go to the hospital. And then Friday didn't show up, or they couldn't get a hold of him. How spooky is that?
Is spooky.
Like, he lived there and left 7 years ago.
And then she moved in.
She passed away. Obviously,
some other tenants in the meantime.
Another tenant moved in and then moved out.
That are alive and well, as far as we know.
As far as we know. But then some force of nature pulled him back to that exact same apartment. And
I wish we could ask him what
and then
pulled him back.
And then he died in it.
But he did.
Probably drug use. To be living in a basement unit at that age. How spooky is that?
That is spooky.
And I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, and I'm trying to be discreet because I don't want to say where it was or who it was or any of that stuff.
Totally.
But like, like it just gave me like the heebly dooblies. You know what I mean?
Oh, Kenny.
I know, isn't that so scary?
Oh, yeah, that's gross. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You know what I didn't like?
What?
Was the restoration crew sending me pictures of the before and after the cleanup to make sure that I knew that they did their job.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All in a day's work. It's called glamour. It's called fame. I don't know what that song is, but if they make there actually was a TV show about landlords, like a documentary where it's like we have to evict people. I think it's called The Tenants. I can't remember, but they should make a TV show about my fucking ass being a fucking landlord. See, landlords get a bad rap, but some of us are okay. And to be fair, I'm an agent of a landlord. It's not my investment property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was just glad that you weren't like evicting like a family for like not paying their rent.
No, nothing like that. I could never. Like I would sooner go to the owner of our company and be like, I'm not doing it. Like,
yeah, really?
Yeah, like
that's nice.
Figure it out.
That.
Yeah.
I hear that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, spooky. Isn't that so spooky?
Oh, God.
I think that about wraps it up, though. Unless you have anything else to add. What kind of car are you gonna get?
I want a Volvo. No, but I mean, I also could do. I want anything electric.
Boogie.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You know what's cute is the Volkswagen ID4.
ID4, isn't that the e-tron? No, e-tron is the Audi. I want the Audi.
I test drove an Audi before I ended up in a Mazda CX-30.
How did you test drive a Mazda? I mean, an Audi, a Volvo, and you ended up with Mazda?
Because it was way more affordable and like I liked the interior better than both of the other ones. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Volvo actually felt like a dad car. Like it felt like...
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, because I'm a skinny twink. No, it felt like... Do you remember PT Cruisers?
Oh, really?
It felt like a PT Cruiser inside.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah,
no.
it was very stark and like weird. And also, this is a weird note, I didn't like the way that the rainwater beaded on the windows. It was distracting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Audi was better. But it was a little blocky and clunky. It seemed a little more like pedestrian. And then I got in the Mazda and I was like, ooh, this is kind of like sleek and cute.
Zoom, zoom,
zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom, zoom. Exactly. Zoom, zoom. I nailed it. I know. It's hard to be me.
Do you remember the wider is better?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, whatever.
I guess that's it, listeners. Thank you for listening.
Zoom, zoom, zoom,
zoom, zoom, zoom. I didn't think of a song to play us out. Do you have what are you listening to lately? Dula Peep?
Dula Peep always, but no, I do have a new song. What is it? Hold on. Ooh, yeah, I do have a new song. I'll play it.
Who is it? What is it? Tell me about it.
I'll tell you in a moment.
Wait, did you quit Spotify?
I never had Spotify.
Oh. Kalani? Is it someone I'll know? State of Mind by Cara Marnie. She's got a little Ariana going. Thanks, listeners. Talk to you later. Bye. I like it. Her voice is a little cheese throaty, though. Cute bass line. She sounded out of breath. Oh.
You know I love me some Anne-Marie.
How cute. I hope this becomes a hit, and I hope Anne-Marie gets her coins. Cute.
It's like Kalani and Ariana Grande had a baby, kind of.
Yeah. I hate when people sing about not having enough air, though. It's so Jordan Sparks. She does sound like she doesn't have enough air, though. She's like...
That's me, Kenny.
Super cute song. I don't know if I love her voice. It's cute. It's serviceable. She sounds like she's breathing hard. It's all sliced together within an inch of its life.
Maybe she can't get a good take.
We should ask husband what he thinks.
Most talented singer of our time. There's a music video. I'll play that for you.
Okay, yeah. I just can't stop tripping. Makes me want to listen to Amory. That whistle note is a stretch, and you can tell. Produced within an inch of its life. Okay. Bye.
Bye.